Do, do, no, 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 no. Okay, okay. Let's continue, baby girl. Okay.
Let's explore various historical concepts
Mm-hmm.
that have been used to uphold and validate the theory of evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confident that these findings and key historical events, which have been instrumental in shaping my own perspective, will similarly assist others in questioning and ultimately rejecting this theory entirely. By
I see.
discarding this obstructive theory, we can eliminate barriers that hinder our pursuit of truth, freeing ourselves from the constraints it imposes.
What
This
a
liberation allows us to
what a
transcend the
cute thing
notion
to
that the
say.
world's diverse array of complex life forms are merely the result of time and chance. This
What
prevailing
a
scientific
cutie.
theory represents,
Mm-hmm.
ironically, let's begin with none other than Charles Darwin himself, the
Yeah.
renowned pioneer of the theory of evolution,
Let's
who
go.
introduced his ideas in 1859 through his seminal work on the origin of species.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Darwin said, "To suppose that the eye, with all its inimitable contrivances for adjusting the focus to different distances, for admitting different amounts of light, and for the correction of spherical and chromatic aberration, could have been formed by natural selection, seems, I freely confess, absurd in the highest degree." Louis Bonheur said, "Evolution is..."
And did he say that as like, just that alone, or did he add more context to it? Did he maybe perhaps after saying that quote in his book or whatever, added, but, but, hear me out on this, okay? But hear me out on this. It probably happened over the course of millions of millions of years, millions upon millions of years. So, I'm gonna try and explain how this kind of thing works. Or are you just quoting him out of context? I don't even know. I don't know, bro.
is a fairy tale for grown-ups. This theory has helped nothing in the progress of science. It is useless. Malcolm Muggeridge said, "I myself am convinced that the theory of evolution, especially the extent to which it's been applied, will be one of the great jokes in the history books of the future. Posterity will marvel that so very flimsy and dubious a hypothesis could..."
Okay, who are even these guys? Malcolm Margaret. Okay, let's see. Let's see who this beautiful individual is. Did he perhaps Malcolm Margaret, the music artist? Is that who you are saying said that? No, no way, no way. There is no way you will say that, right? Who is Louis Bernard? Um, all I'm getting is a fucking football player.
Evolution
Louis Bernard. The basketball player. The basketball player. Not to say that he isn't talented or skilled. Same with Malcolm, but their fucking talent is clearly not in, you know, science or evolutionary biology or just fucking anything science related, honestly. What? Are you actually quoting this dude? No way, no way. Yeah, same. I just came back. Welcome back. So this guy is saying that
for admitting
evolution is
different
not real.
amounts of light, and for the correct...
I'll actually play this back for you a
To
little bit.
suppose that the eye was absurd.
Of course, evolution is not real. I mean, I don't know if you really believe that or not. That's the worst part. If you do, then you think you came from a monkey. Uh, no, I mean, we are monkeys, to be fair. We belong to the fucking great ape genus. Your great grandma a monkey? No, it happened over the course of like what? Fucking millions of years? Hundreds of thousands of years? Of course, my fucking great grandma wouldn't be alive for that long. Yeah, sure, monkeys turning into humans. Oh my god, you are beautiful. I can't believe I got an actual conspiracy theory. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Holy fuck. Do you also believe the earth is flat? That'll be so beautiful. Do you believe the earth is flat? Let me know. I can't believe you actually think you are a monkey. Let's see his video. Let
in
me
the highest degree.
see him bring up
Louis
these
Bonheur
people.
said,
Louis Benor, the fucking basketball player. Yes,
"Evolution
bring
is a
him
fairy
up.
tale for grown-ups. This theory has helped nothing in the progress of science. It is useless." Malcolm Muggeridge said,
Okay, Malcolm Muggeridge. He's not a scientist. What is a starist? What even is that? Writer who use or user of satire. Okay. Wow, such a good lineup of people. A basketball player and a, a comedian slash journalist says that evolution doesn't exist since they are clearly the ones who will be the most knowledgeable about that, right? Okay.
"I myself am convinced that the theory of evolution, especially the extent to which it's been applied, will be one of the great jokes in the history books of the future. Posterity will marvel that so very flimsy and dubious a hypothesis could be accepted with the incredible credulity that it has." Dr. Colin Patterson said, "No one
Okay. Dr. Colin Pattinson. Psychiatrist. A psychiatrist, I mean. Psychiatrist. Again, they are not studying anything related to biology as far as I know. A psychiatrist is someone who would study things related to human mind and emotions, not specific like their brain and stuff. Their area of expertise is again not biology or evolution.
has ever produced a species by mechanisms of natural selection. No one has ever gotten near it, and most of
Wow, such reliable sources, such reliable people to bring up in your debunk of
the
evolution.
current argument in neo-Darwinism is about this question." Adnan Akhtar said, "The complexity
Edwin Octor? I can't even find this person. Did he
is
just
about this
make up a
question."
name?
Adnan Akhtar said,
Also, look at this. Look at this very interesting fact. I am the one having to research who these people are that he is bringing up. Yeah, he's not mentioning if they are like biologists or fucking studying abiogenesis or which field of science they do or what their occupation is or anything like that. I am the one who has to fucking look that up. Do you have that in maybe your description, perhaps? Not as far as I can see. No. Very interesting. Very interesting. I can't find who that guy is, but going by the track record of bringing these two people up so far, I'm guessing it's probably not going to be that important to know who that
"The
is.
complexity and intricacy of living organisms cannot be explained solely by chance and natural processes. There must be a higher intelligence behind their creation."
He
The
is bringing up God. He is bringing up God. While you were saying you don't believe in God, he is bringing up God, actually.
theory of evolution, formulated by Charles Darwin, posits that all species of organisms have descended from a common ancestor through gradual changes over long periods of time, encapsulated in 4 primary concepts. 1. Descent with modification. Species change over time, and new species arise from pre-existing ones through a process called descent with modification. 2. Natural selection. The driving force behind
Also, I'm just gonna say it right now, he isn't even like the leading person in this field. Charles Darwin, he contributed to the field of evolution a lot, but it's not like we use his theory right now. Like, we don't use his exact theory right now. No, it's been modified to fit and align more with the current understanding. I'm just gonna mention it right now. Like, this guy, when was he even born? Let's say. It's been over a fucking century. It's been over 100 years. Actually, maybe even a little bit longer than that. It's been way over 100 years since he has existed. And our understanding of evolution has gone up since that point. It's not gone down. So, like, he isn't even the more main like peak or anything like that. Even if you fucking, somehow prove him wrong, you still have over 100 fucking years of progress that we have built up after that
evolution
point.
is natural selection. Individuals with advantageous traits are more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on these traits to future generations.
Are you even watching this?
Common ancestry. All living organisms.
I'm trying. I'm, I'm, I'm watching this. I'm reacting to this as if like you are still watching the stream, but you might have actually laughed.
Share a common
To
ancestry.
be fair,
And the diversity of life on Earth.
who knows?
is a
Maybe my
result
baby
of
girl left
branching
as
and
well.
diversification over millions of years. 4. Gradualism. Evolution occurs gradually through the accumulation of small changes over long periods of time, leading to the formation of new species. The theory of evolution posits that the diversity and complexity of life can be explained by natural processes. Insists regarding the fundamental concept that one species can gradually transform into.
That was oh my god, that was so interesting earlier. Like, holy fuck. I didn't think I would legitimately encounter someone like that. That was beautiful. And it's a real person too. It's a real person. You would think it was a bot, but no, it's a real person. They've had their account for 2017, I think. Yeah, of course I'm here. That's nice. At least it's nice to know that there's someone still here.
To a completely different species over time. Skepticism is further fueled by historical examples that often rely on highly speculative interpretations, requiring a significant degree of faith to even be considered plausible. Instead of categorizing certain discoveries as entirely new species, or simply small variations within existing species, they are often labeled as transitional forms. This labeling is a common practice among evolutionists attempting to establish intermediate connections in the evolution. They are often labeled as or simply small categorizing certain discoveries as entirely new species, or simply small variations within existing species. They are often labeled as
Why do you think those variations happened?
This labeling is a common practice among evolutionists attempting to establish intermediate connections.
I'm not exactly sure that is the definition of transitional species. I'm pretty sure that's not the exact definition. Or transitional forms refer to organisms that show characteristics linking two groups of evolutionary stages. So no, that's not the definition of it. Don't worry, I got you, sir.
In the evolutionary
I
chain.
appreciate it.
This entirely speculative process forms the foundation of the theory, suggesting, for example, how an aquatic species might undergo a gradual series of transitions over an extended period through successive generations, ultimately becoming a land-dwelling animal. This involves a gradual process in which an organism undergoes a reduction or loss of distinct aquatic features, which become less advantageous in water, while simultaneously developing entirely new features that are specifically adapted for survival in a non-aquatic land environment. However, it is essential to recognize the inherent complexities associated with embracing this theory. The theory requires acceptance of countless leaps of faith, undergoing transitions from one form to
What are the leaps of faith? Why is it a leap of faith? Okay, explain it to me.
another, without providing any demonstrated biological or chemical mechanisms to explain the feasibility of such transitions. We are simply asked to play along, out of blind trust, to keep this naturalistic theory.
We are not simply asked to play along out of blind trust. We have fucking bones and fossils of other fucking humanoid species. It's what? We have fucking not only we have that, but we also have like fucking actual observations of evolution occurring within like our actual fucking lifetime. Like it's not to at that big of a degree where like a sea dwelling creature is slowly becoming land dwelling, but it exists. Let's just search up fucking human species. Uh, Wow, look at that. Look at how many there are. Very interesting, right? Okay. Let's go with Homo erectus. How many Homo erectus fossils have been found? Around 200. That doesn't seem like nothing to me. Fossils of this sort of stocky humans with their distinct skull shape and large brown ridges have mostly been found in China and Indonesia. Homo erectus lived between 100,000 and 1.6 million years ago. Some estimates extend this to 335,000 to 1.8 million years ago. So clearly, we found more than one fossil, fucking more than one instance, and that's just me fucking picking up Homo erectus. I didn't even pick any of the other species. I didn't even try searching about any of the other species. Let's go with Neanderthals. Okay, how many Neanderthal fossils? Wow, you have a whole fucking Wikipedia of them, huh? Remains of more than 300 European Neanderthals have been found. This is a list of the most notable. I'm not gonna go down through the entire fucking list, but you can see we don't have just like one or two fucking fossils or skulls of them. We have proof. It's not make believe. It's not coming out of someone's asshole. There's actual proof behind it. There's actual meat behind the bones, bro. Fucking not meat behind the bones. Meat on the bones.
Cohesive. Charles Darwin himself acknowledged the crucial importance of finding evidence of transitional forms in nature, commonly referred to as the fossil record, conceded that without such evidence, his theory would be deemed inadequate.
Yes, and we found such evidence as the years continued on, as I just showed you. Bones behind the True, true.
Despite
Actually,
ongoing
that makes more sense. That fits along with the video as well.
research, there remains a significant deficiency in the fossil record, a deficiency that has consistently posed a critical obstacle to supporting this theory since its inception. When purported missing links are discovered, they have been marred by numerous instances of fraud and forgery. These historical
Show me.
falsifications have damaged the credibility of evolutionary theory, revealing the lengths to which some evolutionists are willing to go.
Yes, people have lied in the past for fame or for fame and whatever other stuff have you, for fame or money or whatever other stuff have you. I mean, did you know back in the day they used to pay doctors and scientists to write articles about how good sugar is for your body, so that they could sell more candy and stuff like that. Like, yes, that has existed, true. That doesn't discredit the entirety of the fucking theory in and of itself. If there are two bad actors in a group of fucking 500 people, that doesn't mean the whole fucking humanity or like the fucking whole group of people are just evil lizard people who want to kill you or some bullshit. Like there are bad humans in and of itself, like just in general there are bad people who exist. That doesn't mean humanity as a whole is fucking evil or anything. It's just a species like any other fucking animal species. Yeah, some people lie. For real, for real. I know, right? No way that is possible.
to support naturalistic views. While the concept of a sequential series of transitional forms may seem logical and compelling when depicted through imagery such as the well-known monkey to man illustration, it is crucial to acknowledge the intricate complexities and the significant challenges in plausibility connecting these transitions. This recognition points to the considerable degree of faith necessary for the theory of evolution to be firmly accepted. Throughout
Faith
history,
and
numerous
proof.
instances of confirmed fraud and creative reconstructions have been aimed at attempting to identify missing links in the story of human origins. However, all attempts have ultimately
And do you know what's the best part about this? You know what's the funniest part? It wasn't you fucking idiots who go about debunking well-established theories after like 5 minutes of Google research. No, it was other scientists who looked at that fucking figure that was presented to them, and they were like, actually, no, it doesn't fit. It's not accurate. Uh, I don't think it's real. I think you all lied. Moving on to the next, whatever the next person brought to us. Okay, this looks more realistic. Now we're gonna make sure if everything is truly completely accurate. It was the other fucking people in that field who fucking. It was like 90% of the time other people in that field who actually fucking debunked these hoaxes, who were actually like, no, this is a lie. This is not true. Like it was science itself which fucking proved itself wrong. Why do you think it did that? To get better, to fucking improve. Like, bro, you idiots would never fucking admit to anything ever being wrong. Yet, if some other fucking body of knowledge admits to something ever being wrong, somehow that discredits the whole fucking thing in general. Bro is tweaking. I know, but like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. What do you want me to do? It's dumb. It's dumb. Like, it wasn't you with all your fucking gracious knowledge that you got by fucking dropping out of the high school that somehow fucking discovered that this was a lie. It was other scientists who figured out that this was a lie because they checked it out. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Reasonable. Especially with the encounter I had not too long ago. Like, how can I not be? All that is very bare bone for the guy from the guy. It is. Let's continue.
failed.
Maybe
As we
he'll
move
bring up
ahead,
some good points.
constructing a compelling case against the theory of evolution
Hmm.
requires us to highlight the extensive range of speculations that endeavor to support it, as well as a history replete with fraud and deception. Upon examining these
You know what else is fucking filled with deception? history in and of itself. Okay, what else are you gonna fucking believe then? Humans were created by God, huh? The fucking church, which was literally labeling women as fucking witches and burning them at stake for no goddamn reason. You're gonna say that they are more believable than science? The church never did anything fucking wrong throughout history, as we all know very well. If we just open a history textbook, religions have always been the fundamental go-to methods of, unbiased facts, right? Like the religions have never done anything fucking wrong, right? As we all know, as the fact that the religions have never contradicted themselves, right? Lol, it sounds really white or black, no gray from this fella. Exactly. Like, what the fuck is your point? Like, yes, there have been frauds in the scientific community before. There have been fucking frauds in religious communities before as well. There have been frauds in humanity as a fucking whole. There have been frauds in nearly every sector of every kind of fucking study. What's your point there? The world isn't white and black, bro. God damn.
Cases, it becomes apparent that they stretch the limits of credibility, bordering on the impossible, and thus make it exceptionally challenging to seriously consider the validity of such claims and the overall theory. This discussion underscores the importance of conducting a comprehensive evaluation of proposed evidence, rather than simply accepting it as scientifically valid and worthy of consideration. It highlights the necessity of looking beyond persuasive illustrations and depictions that might lead us to believe.
And we did that. We fucking did that. We found fossils. We found actual proof of this shit, bro. I don't even think fossils are all the proof that we have. That's the only one that's coming to my mind right now. Like, I'm a layperson. I'm a normal dude. I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't know all the fucking all the thousand other things I could have said to debunk this exact same point. But like, what can I do about it? No, I'm just dumb. But yes, we've actually found proof. Like, it's not fucking make believe.
We have seen conclusive proof. We should be encouraged to further examine the complete narrative.
I don't know how accurate it is, but I wanna search it up just real quick, okay? I don't know how accurate my point will be if I bring this up. The point that I wanna bring up is just the fact that we've bred dogs and cats to look different. We've observed changes in them. Like, that is a form of evolution. That is a form of a species changing through specific breeding that we've subjected them to. So, like, why do you think that is just completely impossible to happen over the course of fucking billions, literally billions of years that Earth have existed? Why do you think that is impossible all of a sudden? Because it's not the answer they want. Yeah. Probably. Like, the only difference with breeding and fucking it happening in nature is literally just this fucking word. Breeding is artificial selection. That's what we did as humans. We selected like that. Natural selection just happened fucking naturally, baby. Yeah, it's like that fucking simple. What? What? Do you think different dog breeds don't exist? Why don't you fucking check them out then? Why don't you do a single fucking Google search? Huh? Do you think different cat breeds don't exist? Like, what is the point of some of these people? Yes, breeding animals can be used as an evidence for evolution's existence, and they provide a practical, observable way to understand evolutionary process. While natural selection and evolution occur over the course of timescale, selective breeding, also called artificial selection, shows how traits in population can change over just a few generations. This process mimics how natural selection works in nature, but with humans selecting specific traits. Here's how breeding animals can provide evidence for a, and then like that in itself should be enough. Like no shit, we have observed that. That's not fucking impossible. Also, evolution doesn't even just happen in fucking animals. It happens in plants as well. We have bred plants to look differently and work differently to serve different functions now than we used to do back in the day. Like we've bred plants to give more nutrition or food to us. Like, what the fuck is this point? What the fuck are his points? What do you mean there's no proof? Bro, fuck you, bro, fuck you. I'm tweaking. I'm legitimately tweaking right now because of how dumb it all sounds. Like, I don't want to believe that people legitimately believe this dude. But it seems like they do since I just encountered someone like that. Not just second. I, oh, it cannot be helped. Like, I am legitimately tweaking, and they are too high in their ego to hear people out. It does seem that way. Like, bro, I fucking like. What is going on? Like the guy before. Exactly, I guess. I don't
Before
get
drawing
it.
firm conclusions and claiming to have thoroughly examined the evidence. Turning our attention to historical instances, there have been numerous cases where scientists and proponents of the theory of evolution have used cleverly crafted
Yeah.
fakes, forgeries, and highly speculative assumptions in their efforts to support this naturalistic theory. These incidents
Yes,
underscore the need
people
for
have lied
vigilance and
before.
thorough scrutiny in scientific research, cautioning against acceptance based solely on blind trust. Proposed by German biologist Ernest Haeckel, the recapitulation theory suggested that the development of an individual organism, ontogeny, recapitulates the evolutionary history of its species, phylogeny. According to this theory, the stages of embryonic development in an organism mirror.
I've heard of Haeckel's fraud before, and do you want to know the funniest part about this? Like, yes, this guy is a fraud. Okay, don't get me wrong. Like, this is not the completely most accurate depictions of how embryo actually looks like and stuff like that. Like, yes, it is fake. It was a fraud or something along those lines, as far as I'm aware. But also, like, if you look at legitimately new models, even if you look at new models, you can, you can tell some differences, but also, like, it's not even that different. Like, for like a lay person, for like a normal person, it will not be very easy to tell the difference between this and this. Like, I can't tell you that easily. I don't, I don't get it. Uh, I don't know. I'm probably too dumb for that, but yeah, yeah. Yeah, Ray, you want a piece of this now? I don't think so. Wait. He's here, baby. He's here. He's been quiet for a while, though. I wonder why.
The
Lol,
evolutionary
I don't care much. I just give my opinion.
stages that its ancestors underwent. Modern embryology and evolutionary biology have revealed that the relationship between autogeny and phylogeny is far more complex than Haeckel proposed.
Literally, just hear this again. This was literally my point
Modern
earlier.
embryology and the evolutionary stages that its ancestors underwent. Modern embryology and evolutionary biology have revealed that the relationship between autogeny and phylogeny is far more complex.
Modern embryology and science revealed that this dude was fake. So one could say that science itself revealed that the science was fucking wrong. They just admitted to being wrong. They just fucking improved. Like, I was literally bringing that up a second ago. Also, what are you guys talking about? It's just first impression. Your opinion of me is pure ignorance. It's just first impression. Well, pay attention to who is doing the belittling and who is reacting to it. Of course, it's ignorance if you want. I don't know you. The person who is calling names and such is your host, not me. This is the high and mighty. Even if I don't call names, my points still stand. Like, even if you ignore all the fucking names that I call, I'm still saying something that this guy isn't arguing with. I'm still bringing up a fact that this guy isn't mentioning. Like, yes, humans have lied throughout history. Are you gonna fucking say that's not true? Huh? And he brought up a literal fucking journalist and a basketball player. Like, bro, even if, like, okay, let's assume I got all the names wrong, okay? Let's assume that. Let's say that's the case, okay? Why didn't he mention what their fucking occupation was? Why didn't he mention what their study was? Why didn't he mention what science they studied? Why didn't he mention that this person he mentioned was an embryologist or this person he mentioned was a biologist? He could have mentioned that as well. Why isn't he linking me to any of the credible things that he's talking about? Why is this guy not giving me those links, huh? What are his links all lead to? His website, his book, his Patreon, his blog, his forum, his Facebook, his Instagram, his Twitter, another one of his fucking profiles, his SoundCloud, whatever that bullshit is. What is it? It's again his account. His account. All his fucking things lead to his account. There is not a single other fucking link given here. How much profiles is that shit? I don't know. I don't know. And even fucking TikTok. Even TikTok is like he only mentioned Charles Darwin. He didn't even mention anything. Even TikTok thinks that. It's not even just fucking me. Even TikTok fucking thinks that. Like, sure, the fucking TikTok algorithm and AI is not perfect, but even they are like, no, we couldn't detect any other person being mentioned, at least not one that's well known enough. The most well known enough was only Charles Darwin. Why do you think that's the fucking case, huh? Can you give me the names of people he mentioned? Can you give me their actual names? Can you tell me what science they fucking studied? Why don't you tell me something credible? Oh my god. Oh my god. What points has he made so far in the video? So far, his points have been that science has lied in the past before. So has everything fucking else. So has humanity in fucking general. Actually, it would be more useful to know if it's the wrong name. Yeah, it will. But like, I don't even know how I can figure that out. Honestly, I would admit being wrong if the video wasn't. Legitimately, his like more his most like biggest evidence so far in this video has been the fucking fact that science has lied in the past before. So has fucking everything else. Now, but for real, in middle school, they tell you to give your sources. Bro, they literally make you fucking, they literally made us like make a extra page at the end of every presentation, just linking to all the sources that we got the information from. Wikipedia, fucking Britannica, NASA, whatever you got. Like, because so far it's some very stable and crumbling arguments and no source or anything. And just trust me, bro. It is. At least I don't see any sources this guy has given me so far.
Then Haeckel proposed.
Oh god. Oh my god. I think the person has left. I think they've left. Did I? Yeah. Oh shit, baby girl left. Literally. I, I wonder why. Maybe I was too rude. Maybe I was too rude to them. The thing is, like, I feel like yesterday I was, not yesterday, but whenever I did the last stream of Conspiracy Theory, I was still being way too nice. That's what I figured out after I ended the stream. Like, I was still being way too nice to others. Too bad would be willing to hear them out if they gave a good argument. And not, I know, but I'm not telling you. And the thing I find the most annoying about this is he's telling me like how I'm being this rude. And I agree, like I'm being rude as well. But this guy is also being a fucking dickhead and rude to the entire fucking uh existence of evolutionary practices, all the scientists who have researched this topic. This guy is rude to the entire fucking body and foundation of science itself. Me being rude to him isn't anything fucking new. He's refusing to believe what fucking science has achieved over centuries until now. And if he comes out with the names, let's go. And to me, yeah, to you too. That was mean. I'm sorry about that. Even if he comes out with names, like what else is that going to disprove? That's going to disprove that I got their names wrong. These are not the people who we was referring to. Yes, that will disprove that. But what else will it disprove? What new points will it create somehow? Oh, probably nothing, but who knows? Yeah, yeah. This is just, in a way, they are not even wrong when they say that dinosaurs are fake, but that's because of a completely different way. That's more so in a way that we cannot recreate them completely. The way that we recreate them through our modern understanding and technology is very highly reliant on what their skeleton looked like, most likely. And that is not a complete and accurate depictions of them, since that doesn't account for all the fur that they had that wouldn't be fossilized, or all the skin and soft tissues that they had, all the fat that their body had, all the muscle they had, that will not be fossilized along with it. So in a way, the way that dinosaurs are portrayed is fake, but that doesn't mean like they didn't exist. It's more so like we can't know for sure what they exactly look like. YouTube is going to have a field day in that one. Idea, yeah, not the way. Exactly. We have it, for example, this next video that's been shown here. We have the image of them wrong. We don't have the idea and concept of them existing wrong. And even that is not like the most inaccurate thing ever. It's still inaccurate though. It can still be very inaccurate, but not the most fucking fake thing ever. It's still way more real than fucking believing in flat earth and bullshit. Fucking satellites are balloons. Satellites are fucking Yeah, that's true actually. Like this is the thing that I find the most rude. They say that I am too rude when I say something mean to this dude, when like this dude is fucking dunking on and almost ignoring completely the research that hundreds of thousands of scientists have done over the past centuries. And like he's not providing any actual fucking proof for that either. Like when fucking Einstein changed the fucking theory of gravity, or like fucking introduced special relativity and just relativity as a whole in it, he had fucking meat on them bones, baby. He had sources to back it up. He had fucking maths to back it up. He had actual claims to back it up. Yeah, but no, as I said, high and mighty feeling motherfucker. Exactly. He's like using these words that sound like very scientific and very big and important. Yet what he's fundamentally saying is just like people have lied in the past before. That's what he said for the majority of 9 minutes so far. Even right now, he's giving proof of someone lying in the past before. Like, yeah, you are right. People have lied in the past for before. Fraudulent peoples have existed. And you're right. So, like, fraudulent people have existed in your own fucking field of conspiracy theories too. They've existed in fucking humanity as a whole, bro. You know, maybe I just haven't seen enough of the video yet. There's still like it's 22 minutes long video. There's still a lot left. Who knows? He could come up with a new idea. Lol, saying my opinion of him made me go grr on my point. I think he got offended because I was pointing him out. I was talking to him there. I was being like, can you give me their names? Can you give me the articles? Can you provide me the resources? Can you give me the credible fucking details behind this? Like, it's ignorance. Yeah, though, I don't know you. It is like purposeful ignorance. And he's spreading that in ignorance. He's fucking spreading misinformation. Like, the least I should be doing is making fun of him. Like, come on. Spamming the word ignorance doesn't help with the high and mighty look. It doesn't. It doesn't. Whatever. Like, yes, I'm being mean to them. I'm being fucking rude to them. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't do that during the last stream when I was arguing against the crystal stuff. But also, like, that doesn't suddenly make me wrong just because my vocabulary is bad. Just because I'm being mean doesn't mean like I'm fucking wrong or something. Sorry, baby girl, for being so mean. Come back. True. Anyways, let's continue with this video. Let's see what else he has to offer to us. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? He could very well come up with an actual proof.
Hall's recapitulation theory has been widely discredited and is no longer considered accurate by any of the scientific community worldwide. Ernest Haeckel's scientific work, particularly his illustrations of embryos he presented to support his recapitulation theory, faced intense criticism from his peers. Accused of manipulating and exaggerating his drawings to strengthen his recapitulation theory, Haeckel was found guilty of scientific misconduct during a trial by his peers. The verdict confirmed that his illustrations did not reflect the actual appearance of embryos. This controversy undermined Haeckel's credibility and led to a loss of support for his recapitulation theory within the scientific community. After his trial,
Look, even if you look at this, right? Real embryos and his drawing, even though those were fake drawings, yes, especially the first two. Look at the rest. They don't even look like that fucking fake. Like, for a lay person, for like a normal person like me, I don't think you would probably be able to tell the difference that easily. Like, it still looks kind of similar to me. Now, for an actual biologist, for an not a biologist even, an embryologist, yes, it's probably very fake by the first glance even. But I don't know for sure. I'm just not that smart. That's all. Like, yes, I cannot immediately tell the difference between the stuff. My expertise is not in this, or in anything for that matter, to be fair, but still.
his recapitulation theory within the scientific community. After his trial, Haeckel was quoted saying, "After this compromising confession of forgery, I should be obliged to consider myself condemned and annihilated if I had not the consolation of seeing, side by side with me in the prisoner's dock, hundreds of fellow culprits, among them many of the most trusted observers and most esteemed biologists. The great majority of all the diagrams in the best biological textbooks, treatises, and journals would incur in the same degree the charge of forgery, for all of them are inexact, and are more or less doctored, schematized, and constructed."
Do you want to know why they are like that? Do you want to know why they look like that? Because most of the pictures, I bet you, sweet fucking ass, most of the pictures that you're fucking referring to, uh, are pictures used in middle school books to teach children. Yeah, no shit, no shit. They look inaccurate. No shit. The art isn't completely accurate. It's meant to teach fucking children and normal people most of the time. Like, what's your point here? Even if like the art is not accurate, the art doesn't fucking mean the science is not accurate either. Like, you know, whatever. What scientific community is he talking about, even? The one from the church? Maybe.
The first recognized Neanderthal remains were discovered in the Neander Valley near Dusseldorf, Germany, in 1856. Quarry workers stumbled upon a
Yeah. Imagine I get copyright. Uh, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if I got copyright claim over it. But like, imagine he is petty enough to actually do that. Imagine he's actually petty enough to give me copyright claim over this video. It's not like I make money right now on YouTube or anything, anyways. But I'm just saying that'll be hilarious. Or imagine he makes the fucking response video to me. That'll also be hilarious. Like, even if he just streams that on his Discord or something, because the funny thing about this is the fact that I am a nobody and he has 200k subs. Imagine how he unleashes the hounds on me. Bless you. Oh, thanks a lot. You're so sweet. I mean, it wouldn't disprove anything and give me a right opinion on him. Or him. That would be funny. It will be funny though. Even I don't think I'll be minding it that much. If anything, that'll just give me some attention, baby. That'll just give me free promotion.
Skull cap, several limb bones, and some other fragments. Interestingly enough, these discoveries were made during a period that coincided with the
With the what?
release of Charles Darwin's work on the origin
That would be funny. Hell yeah. Exactly. Like, I'll get free promotion.
of species. Neanderthals are claimed to be a close relative of modern humans.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, reconstructed drawings of this Neanderthal man are depicted in scholarly journals and textbooks and claimed to be a missing evolutionary link. The fact is, however, that all so-called Neanderthal remains have never been shown to be any more different from modern humans than an Asian from a Caucasian, or an Inuit from an Aborigine.
You know, one could say that they were a subspecies of humans. You know, a subspecies meaning very similar to begin with. Even like when you fucking started talking about this, uh, you literally said that they look very similar to modern day humans. And then you proceed to say bullshit like this. Caucasian. Caucasian. Okay, okay. I see what you wrote there. You why am I saying that? I swear to God, this will give a free ammo to him if he wants to make a response video. Just free bullets to shoot down my throat just because of the way I'm acting while fucking reacting to this. Personal, when he said something about VV jokes like if it makes everything illegitimate. The thing is, like, what's wrong with that? Like, legitimately, sure, make fun of me over my name. Even I agree, that's a fucking dumb ass name, bro. But so what? Like, wha- I have a childish sense of humor. I have like other interests. I like to make jokes. I like to have fun. I like to laugh and smile. Oh wow! Oh, what a fucking surprise! I know, right? Can you believe this other human being has actual emotions? Uh, that might be silly, that aren't just completely serious. I suppose in the life of fucking idiots who spew this nonsense conspiracy theories and try to like uh, make people believe in dumb bullshit like this, I suppose in their eyes, they probably never had this kind of fun. They probably never got this kind of opportunity to, joke around while talking about some uh, fucking science conspiracy or some bullshit like that. They probably never got this opportunity to make fun of others. Probably their children fucking hates them or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, maybe not, but like a lot of you know, yes, exactly. But also, like the thing is, I've read like actual fucking some actual people talking about how like they're flat earthers and it's like ruined their lives. Their family doesn't believe in them and they can't make close friends with anyone because they all think like they're stupid or weird or something like that. Like I've legitimately heard like flat earthers saying like how they're so lonely and ostracized by society for no reason. And like, yeah, I suppose if you're in that kind of situation, you wouldn't be able to joke around about this stuff. You probably wouldn't laugh and smile as much as I do. You probably wouldn't have this kind of sense of humor since you'll be too busy feeling that you are a minority ostracized for your beliefs. when in reality you're just kind of a dummy. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I mean, don't make everything about that. Like, the attitude fucks it up. Let's just continue with the video.
As well,
I didn't completely focus on his points here real quick. Let's rehear them.
reconstructed drawings of this Neanderthal man are depicted in scholarly journals and textbooks and claimed to be a missing evolutionary link.
Once again, not too cute to put it. Oh, that's cute. Do you want to see hear something very interesting? Pay attention to what he says there.
Coincided with the release of Charles Darwin's work on the
Mhm.
origin of species. Neanderthals are claimed to be a close relative of modern humans.
Neanderthals are claimed to be a close relative of modern humans.
To this day, reconstructed drawings of this Neanderthal man are depicted in scholarly journals and textbooks and claimed to be a missing evolutionary link. The fact is, however, that all so-called Neanderthal remains have never been shown to be any more different from modern humans than an Asian from a Caucasian, or an Inuit from an Aborigine.
How interesting. You just said how similar they are to modern humans. You just said how they are claimed to be very similar to actual humans, and maybe not modern humans, but humans in general. And now you're saying that it's weird that they look similar to humans. Wow, very interesting.
As well, the skull size shows its brain was 13% larger than the average brain of modern man, making it
Yes.
impossible to be an intermediary between modern man and ape.
Oh, okay.
Even Time magazine in 1971 claimed the primitiveness of Neanderthal man to be unwarranted, that he could walk the street unrecognized. One writer
Are you a fucking scientist? Are you a biologist? Can you tell why this is the case? Can you look at their skull and tell the differences? No, I assume not. I don't think you're the professional. You're reading the same thing closely. I don't know about that. I mean, look at this. That looks like a human to me. Obviously, if I saw someone like that, I wouldn't question it. Obviously, that looks like a modern day human. I need some more context to believing that. Let's just see what Neanderthals look like, honestly. Let's just check it out. Specimen Neanderthal 1 was found in 1856 in the Neanderthal Valley in the present-day Germany. That's the thing, the unnoticed. I mean, there are similarities, but I wouldn't say unnoticed. You will think that the person looks a little bit weird. You might not make a comment on it. You like at the end of the day, you would probably just still walk by. It will be unnoticed in that aspect. But like if you legitimately just uh, look at them and meet them like this, and and someone looks like this, you will be kind of like, huh, they look a little different, but you don't want to make comments about it because that sounds fucking rude as fuck. There are similarities, absolutely, but they have traits more pronounced and still very noticeable. I mean, just look at their nose and stuff. Like, it's it is noticeable. It's not like fucking unnoticeable. But yeah, I wouldn't say to my partner when I get home, like, wow, babe, I saw a weird dude outside. Exactly, exactly. Like, they look different enough that you can point them out and be like, okay, they look a little bit different, but also like, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, they also look similar enough that you can also just pass by with them, that they can, in fact, in a way, go unnoticed. Especially if they are wearing a fucking hoodie and a mask and a fucking hat and a cap on top of it. Like, yes, anyone wearing clothes can go unnoticed pretty much. Measurement of our brain case and pelvic shape can reliably separate a modern human from a Neanderthal. Their fossils exhibit a longer lower skull and wider pelvis. Even the three tiny bones of our middle ear, vital in hearing, can be readily distinguished from those Neanderthals with careful measurements. Oh wow, you can tell the differences. Look at that shoulder fucking bone. I don't know how accurate these drawings are. I mean, they look pretty accurate to me, but I don't know for sure how accurate these drawings are. But from what I can see, it does look different. For once, you can clearly tell the fucking size of their shoulders and their rib cage. Now, other stuff, it's a little harder to see. Yeah, I'd say larger. Yeah, you can see the elbow joints are large as well. True. Large hip joint rotated outwards. I cannot tell the difference for that one. I'm gonna be honest. Hands with strong grip and wide finger. Yeah, I think it's more different than Caucasian to Asian. The reason for that is very simple. They are still humans. They just look different for the most part. To take an example he used. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you look at that and you can tell the difference. It's not like impossible to see it. Yes, their chest is bigger. Their forearms and shoulder length seems bigger. Uh, their hips do seem bigger in this picture at least. Their arm seems more bulkier, if that makes sense. They are more wider. Their bones seem wider. Like, yeah, you can tell the difference. You can. I'm sorry. Now, do all specimens of Neanderthal subspecies look like this? Probably not. Actually, maybe, but I don't think so. No. They weren't fucking clones of each other. Do all humans look like this? No. Fuck no. So, yes, you could maybe blend in easily in modern day society if it comes down to it. There are people who look way thinner than this. There are people who look way chunkier than this. There are people who are shorter. There are people who are taller. I'm sure that was the case with Neanderthals as well. And with their already similar structure, yes, you could blend in with humans. It's not that hard. I would say the difference is probably the fact that their skeletal structure and their bones and everything is just different. It's just built different compared to us. Nah, I doubt so. Just like we don't look, we don't all look like LeBron. True, true. But like, also, I don't think all Neanderthals look like this either. Like, yes, there could have been some Neanderthals who looked more like closer modern day humans. Fucking humans don't look like each other either, bro. Even they have differences in their body and the way they look. Yes. Like, you look at this fucking skeleton structure, and even I can tell, like, something is a little bit off here. It doesn't seem like human almost. And the main reason why I feel that way is the fucking big rib cage. Actually, that's the only reason. I legitimately can't tell any other difference. But again, I'm not a professional in this field. I don't claim to be a professional in this field. I'm not an archaeologist. I'm not an expert. I'm not a biologist. Obviously, I wouldn't know about this stuff. From their skeleton, you can see exactly.
Commenting that historians of the future may declare all of us insane for not detecting and refuting this incredible blunder with adequate determination. One of the main proponents pushing Neanderthal man as an authentic species was Rainer Prosch, a German anthropologist and former professor who gained attention for his involvement in a scientific fraud related to Neanderthal remains. Prosch claimed to have discovered and analyzed several important Neanderthal fossils, including the famous Heidelberg man. However, it was later revealed that Prosch had manipulated the dating of these fossils and provided inaccurate information about their age. Investigations into Prosch's work uncovered numerous irregularities and inconsistencies. It was found that Prosch had engaged in fraudulent practices, such as misrepresenting the origin and age of the fossils. As a result, his scientific reputation was severely damaged, and his work came under intense scrutiny. In the early 20th century, fossil specimens were discovered.
And do you know who figured that out? Fraud again? What am I watching? A catfish video. Yes, like, yes, I've mentioned this like 15 times by this point. People lie. In like nearly every field, they've lied. They lie in fucking business, they lie in fucking government. You are a fucking idiot if you believe people don't lie to you. They lie in religion as well. People lie, yes. No shit, bro. Like, honor of kitchen, stop cooking the same as Indeed, stop cooking the same dish over and over again. You're gonna burn it. Get something
On
different.
the Indonesian island of Java by Dutch
But you know what? I'll still research about
species
this guy
was
real
Rainer
quick.
Prosch.
Rainer. I'm getting Attack on Titan. Is it him? No, no, not him, not him. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is gonna be a long read, probably. It's all revelations about the career of a 65 years old. Okay, so exactly what I said earlier. My point still stands. It's scientists who disproved themselves. Like even if you wanna say like scientists lie, the one who fucking figures out that they lie most of the time, 90% of the fucking time, are other said scientists. It's them proving themselves wrong. Okay, let's continue reading this. Also, I just want to say, even like the guy that he's bringing up as a fraud, even like he didn't believe that evolution didn't exist. Even the people who proved him wrong are his colleagues. They didn't believe that fucking evolution is fake or anything. They just revealed a guy who is a fraudulent individual. Yeah, like I say, putting strawberries in a cake makes it red, and I get caught putting dye inside. It doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong. Okay, so turns out there was a fraudulent individual, and then there were even other people who pointed out like we should do more research from next time moving on, and I'm assuming they did more of that. So they tried to learn from the lesson. And also, it seems like, the three radiated specimens were not as important as mainstream news was implying, anyways. And they were just always considered controversial to begin with. Like, he was always kind of a iffy dude, it seems like. It was just like the thing about like, oh yeah, that is probably about the time when he was finally found out. It seems like that's the case. So like how does that disprove that Neanderthals exist in and of itself? God knows how, honestly. But hey, that was an interesting read. I learned something. Thanks a
Discovered
lot.
and analyzed several important Neanderthal fossils, including the famous Heidelberg man. However, it was later
Oh shit, I forgot.
revealed that Prosch had manipulated the dating of these fossils and provided inaccurate information about their age.
They've been waiting for his ass to fumble badly. Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Investigations into Prosch's work uncovered numerous irregularities and
Was the volume okay before, or is it better now? You should have let me know, Loki.
inconsistencies. It was found that Prosch had engaged in fraudulent As a
Yeah,
result,
don't worry
his
about the
scientific
sound.
reputation was
If you
severely
say
damaged,
so.
and his work came under intense scrutiny. In the early 20th century, fossil specimens were discovered on the Indonesian island of Java by Dutch physician and paleontologist Eugene Dubois.
Mm-hmm.
It is worth noting that Dubois had previously studied as an apprentice under Ernest Haeckel, the evolutionist involved in the elaborate hoaxes previously outlined. Dubois claimed to have found significant
Dubois French. I know, confident. Why does he look mysterious? I don't know about that, but also like, oh my god, you're again bringing up fraud? I thought we went over it already. Yes, people lie. People have lied in the past, bro. Yeah, we get it. People have lied. Yeah, you are fucking lying right now too by saying evolution isn't fucking real. But you know, that's just what the sheeple believe. They are all shills who believe that evolution is real. Fuck them. They deserve to fucking die. Those pieces of shit, right? I know. I know how you feel, bro. He's plotting something on the way. Yeah, fraud, bad. Exactly, like fraud, bad, lying, bad. Yes, I get it. It's happened before. I acknowledged it. Yeah, I agree with you. What else you got?
It is worth noting that Dubois had previously studied as an apprentice under Ernest Haeckel, the evolutionist involved in the elaborate hoaxes previously outlined. Dubois claimed to have found significant remains at the Trinil site along the Solo River, including a skullcap, a leg bone, a jaw fragment, and 3 teeth. Initially, he named the fossil Pithecanthropus erectus, suggesting it represented an intermediary form between apes and humans, from which he constructed the ape-like Java man. Within 10 years of its discovery, Java man was the main subject of over 80 evolution books and articles, and was eventually named Homo erectus. Hank Hanegraaff, author and talk show host, wrote, "Interestingly, some of the teeth were old and some young. The bones belonged to ape, female and male. It was an interesting conglomeration, and the reason that people didn't catch on to it is because the find of Dubois was kept from scholars for about 30 years. He also withheld the discovery of modern human remains, which were found in the same stratum as Java man. Of course, that would have ruined his claims that Java man was the ancestor of modern-day humans. Finally, enough pressure was placed on him that the actual bones were allowed to be examined, and the discrepancies were found, and eventually, enlightened America, as well as the world, found out that this was a hoax. Java man's teeth were discovered to be of varying ages, and the bones were a combination of human and ape remains, including a large gibbon's skull."
Okay, and I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say that the person who discovered that it was fake was probably another scientist. I know, it sounds insane. Oh my god, the fucking taxes talk less about fraud. Oh lord. Oh, you're right. Okay, this is Britannica. For more than 3 decades, he did not allow other scientists to examine the skull cap and the femur, although he finally yielded in 1923. His secretive behavior surrounding the remains combined with the insinuations made in his letter written shortly before his death in 1940 that the remains may have belonged to a primitive creature that was possibly more ape-like or goblin, gibbon-like. Fuck, I was about to say goblin. Than human, caused some of his critics to claim Java Man was a hoax. However, after subsequent investigations of the remains by American biologist Ernest Marr in 1944, Java Man was classified as a member of Homo erectus. So he just lied. He just lied. He just lied in the video. No? Am I tripping here? Yes, he was acting very suspicious. I agree. Even they are saying like, yes, his behavior was very controversial, and he said that it may possibly could have belonged to other primitive creature that was possibly more ape-like or gibbon-like than human-like. Yes, he did say that it may have been like that, but once they actually did the research uh, and actually investigated the remains, it turns out that it was in fact Homo erectus. My brain was too quick to follow everything. Okay, I'll explain everything real quick. So in this video,
modern-day
let's go
humans.
back a little bit.
Finally, enough
Oh yeah, May isn't admission of guilty. It's not. I think. Okay, I'll play this part again since I've been rambling and reading for a solid minute here.
mind.
So yeah.
Dubois claimed to have found significant remains at the Trinil site along the Solo River.
Also, I feel like this stream is just proving that I'm a fucking geek. I'm a fucking goddamn nerd. I don't like that. I don't want to identify as a nerd, but I feel like it's harder and harder to disagree with that when I spend like nearly half an hour just reading a fucking articles.
Including a skull cap, a
And I
leg
found
bone,
them interesting too. That's the worst part, I suppose.
hoaxes previously outlined. Dubois claimed to have found significant remains at the Trinil site along the Solo River, including a skull cap, a leg bone, a jaw fragment, and 3 teeth. Initially, he named the fossil Pithecanthropus erectus, suggesting it represented an intermediary form between apes and humans, from which he constructed the ape-like Java Man. Within 10 years of its discovery,
Yeah.
Java Man was the main subject of over 80 evolution books and articles, and was eventually named Homo erectus. Hank Hanegraaff, author and talk show host, wrote, "Interestingly, some of the teeth were old and some young. The bones belonged to ape, female and male. It was an interesting conglomeration, and the reason that people didn't catch on to it is because the find of Dubois was kept from scholars for about 30 years. He also withheld the discovery of modern human remains, which were found in the same stratum as Java Man. Of course, that would have ruined his claims that Java Man was the ancestor of modern
So you would think he's talking about a frog, right?
humans. Finally,
let
enough
him
pressure
continue
was
and
placed on
finish
him
with this.
that the actual bones were allowed to be examined, and the discrepancies were found, and eventually, enlightened America, as well as the world, found out that this was a hoax. Java Man's teeth were discovered to be of varying ages, and the bones were a combination of human and ape remains, including a large gibbon's skull. Rudolf Virchow, who was Ernest Haeckel's own professor and the leading pathology expert of his era, made the following statement. "In my opinion, this creature was an animal, a giant gibbon in fact, and the thigh bone has not the slightest connection with the skull." Many experts, including himself, reached the conclusion that the thigh bone is undoubtedly human, whereas the skull cap and teeth are attributed to a primate. The story of Piltdown Man revolves.
Okay, I'll go to the story of Piltdown Man later. Okay, so I read all of this, and this says here, the guy Eugene traveled to Southeast Asia, to fucking look for the apes for that could be seen as a missing link between modern day humans and apes. This is basically just the origin of Java Man. And here he says, like, here is where he literally says, like, for more than 3 decades, he did not allow other scientists to examine the skull cap or femur. He's right about that. Although he finally yielded in 1923, his secret behavior surrounding the remains combined with the instantaneous or insinuations made in his letters, written shortly uh, before his death in 1940 that the remains may have belonged to a primitive creature that was possibly more ape-like or gibbon-like than human-like. So he wrote these letters before his death where he said that he might have been wrong, might have been wrong, might, caused some of his critics to claim that Java Man was a hoax. So some people believe that Java Man was a hoax. But after subsequent investigations, after more investigations later on of the remains by American biologist Ernest Mayr in 1944, Java Man was classified as a member of Homo erectus. So after more investigations, it turns out like it was in fact a member of Homo erectus species. It was in fact an actual fucking skeleton. So his behavior was, guilty like, but it turns out that it was a fucking Homo erectus specimen. So he just lied. He just lied about that. He just lied. He lied. He just lied. I don't know. Maybe if he is alive before the age of 1945, maybe if he's like from year 1940, then yeah, maybe people are saying that Java Man is fake and news is saying stuff like Java Man is fake. But if you're living in the modern day 2025, you will know that no, it's been disproven actually. There was controversy. The guy acted very sus, but it was real. The guy was just a little bit of a dumbass. He just didn't want to be proven wrong. Yeah, he just wanted fame, I suppose. Yeah, he legitimately just lied. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's see. What's the next man
Conclusion
he's
that
gonna
the
show
thigh
us?
bone is undoubtedly human, whereas the skullcap and teeth are attributed to a primate. The story of Piltdown Man revolves around a notorious archaeological hoax that occurred in the early 20th century.
Again, another fraud. I've just gone over frauds so many times until this point. Holy shit, I could have ended the video like within the first 10 minutes. People lie. Yes, people lie for fame, people lie for money, people lie for this, people lie for that. Yes. Ultimately, the people who fucking discover these people even lie are other scientists. They are other researchers. Oh my god. Stop bringing up fraud. Give me something new. Why do you keep fucking bringing up fraud, bro? Please. Please. What are you saying? Literally, I'm also fucking holding my head right now. Like, bro is just not fucking. Bro is just not stopping from his yappa fest. I'm going to fucking cry if he brings that up again. Oh, I'll understand why you'll cry if that happens. It's annoying. It's so annoying. Oh my god. Oh my lord. What is this? What is that? Very interesting. Oh god. Oh, okay.
The discovery took place in 1912 in Piltdown, England, when
I'll just search up Built Over Man here as well, since I'll probably have to fucking
Charles
research about
attributed to a
this in a
primate.
second
The story
too.
of Piltdown Man
Piltdown, not Built Over, Piltdown Man. Okay, that was a fraud, it seems like. Yeah, so you're
revolves
right
around a
about that.
notorious archaeological hoax that occurred
Even assuming now that all the names that I got in the beginning of the video were wrong, I somehow misspelled them and everything. Even assuming I got all these names wrong, and you in fact did not mention a fucking British journalist slash comedian and a fucking basketball player when you were referring to them in the beginning of the video. Even if I fucking ignore that, even just within your own video, you've made another lie, another fucking disproven statement. You've made another like fake statement, another statement that's been disproven since fucking nearly a century ago now. Like the Java Man thing is, you you lied about it. You were wrong about it. And look how much research it took me to find that out. Fucking two prompts from ChatGPT and like a fucking research, a fucking Google search, maybe two Google searches, but yeah. That's you are doing less research than me, it seems like. I did fucking two Google search to find out it was fucking fake. Uh, That it was actually real. I mean, fake, as in like what you were saying was fake. The fucking thing that Eugene discovered was in fact real. Eugene was a bit of a dummy, that's all. Like what?
Occurred in the early 20th century. The discovery took place in 1912 in
Mm-hmm.
Piltdown, England, when Charles Dawson, an amateur archaeologist, claimed to have found remains of an ancient hominid. The findings were presented as
And also, I've been right so far as I've checked. So far as I have checked, all the frauds that you mentioned, were in fact, found out that they were frauds, but they were found out that they were frauds by scientific community itself. It wasn't people like you with your big hubris and big brain who were being like, oh, ho, 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 I think this is actually wrong. I don't know. I don't agree with you. No, it was other scientists who look at that and they were like, nah, this doesn't look right. I don't think that's the case, actually. I think you're wrong in that. It wasn't people like you who proved them that they were wrong. Bro.
the missing link between apes and humans, garnering significant attention from the scientific community. The supposed Piltdown Man fossils included a human-like skull with an ape-like jaw, along with various other bone fragments and teeth. The discovery initially received widespread acceptance and was seen as a breakthrough in understanding human evolution at the time. However,
I need some water. I need some water. Oh my god. Fuck. He's just legitimately lied this time. Yeah, this time you can't even argue. Like with names, this video is physically hurting me. Bro, wait until we check out the comments later on. That's when a real beauty will start, baby. That's when true, fucking glory of human brain will come into fruition. Oh god, I think I mispronounced that. Whatever, I don't give a shit. You know what I was saying. Fuck that. Oh, the fuck, I have to continue watching this. I swear to God, if your whole video is just about frauds without any actual sort of fucking evidence, I
suspicions
lose
about
it.
the authenticity of Piltdown Man arose in the following decade.
Actually, I'm just gonna search it right now. Who exposed the Piltdown Man flag? Again, it's the scientific community who disproved themselves. It's the other scientists who were like, no, this is wrong. Again, it wasn't people like you who fucking disproved them, bro.
Decades. In 1953, the Piltdown Man specimens were revealed to be an elaborate forgery.
Mm-hmm.
In
I can tell.
1953, the fossils were conclusively identified as a composite of ancient human skull fragments, an orangutan jaw, and chimpanzee teeth,
I'll
molars
take your
and
word
premolars,
for it.
that were
Yeah,
filed down to make
probably
them
that was
appear
the
more
case.
human-like. As well, the bones were chemically treated and stained to match an aged appearance. It became clear that the deception was meticulously planned and executed. The Piltdown Man hoax had a significant impact on the field of paleoanthropology. The identity of the hoaxer remains uncertain, with Charles Dawson being the primary suspect, although others may have been involved. In 1922, a single tooth was discovered in Nebraska's Snake Creek Formation.
Nebraska,
Some
man?
scientists, including Henry Fairfield Osborn, an American paleontologist, and the president of the American Museum of Natural History from 1908
Yeah,
to
that one was
1933,
also a fake one.
speculated that it
I'm pretty
belonged to
sure.
an early human ancestor. Osborn even provided an artistic reconstruction of what Nebraska Man and his wife and child might have looked like.
Yeah, that one's a famous one. Even I've heard of it. I haven't actually searched about it though. Yeah, I think it's fake. Yeah, it's fake. Yeah, even I know that it was fake. Okay, yeah, it was fake, but it just wasn't deliberate, so it was actually just a mistake, it seems like. Ooh, you're telling me pigs look like that? Oh Lord. Oh Lord, they have been nerfed, baby. Oh my God. They look cool as fuck. They got nerfed, my man. Holy shit. Well, I'm going off topic, but yeah, I know that one was a fake one. Continuing on.
Based on a single tooth,
Mm.
highlighting again what was mentioned prior about extensive range of speculations.
Yeah,
However, further
for real,
excavations and
for
research
real.
revealed that the tooth actually belonged to an extinct pig-like mammal rather than a human ancestor.
Mm-hmm.
The misidentification of the tooth as evidence for human evolution underscores yet another instance of premature and rather extreme speculation based on limited evidence.
Yeah, I'll give
This
you that.
highlights the pervasive
True.
nature of such attempts throughout history to establish supposed
Progressive nature of such attempts throughout history. Well, I wouldn't disagree with you since a lot of the ones you mentioned are, in fact, frauds. But one of the ones you literally mentioned is, a lie, a fake. You just lied about it. That's what I mean. You just lied about one of these. The Java man did turn out to actually be the fucking real thing.
missing links in the human evolutionary chain. Lucy
And Nebraska man seems like it was an like actual mistake, but whatever.
was discovered in 1974 in the Afar region of Ethiopia by paleoanthropologist Donald Johanson and his team. The discovery represented a relatively complete skeleton of an alleged early human ancestor claimed to have lived approximately 3.2 million years ago. Lucy belonged to the species Australopithecus afarensis.
Australopithecus afarensis. Okay. I have heard about this. Australopithecus afarensis. Yeah, I've heard about this. The thing is, again, this one is again, we'll get into it in a second. Don't worry. But also, like, they are bringing up this species especially and other species as well. Like, actually, no, not even just this species especially, even other species, fucking Neanderthals and Homo erectus. I searched it in the beginning and I showed it. Like it's not like fucking there was only one fossil or one fucking skull that was ever found of these species. There were multiple. He's just picking the one that was fake or that was controversial. He's just ignoring all the rest that were not fake or not controversial. And there are over like 300 fucking fossils and skulls or something like that found of Neanderthals. Yet he is just going out of his way to pick the ones that are fake or that have controversy behind them. The same with Homo erectus. There are multiple specimens of human Homo erectus that have been found. There are multiple evidences supporting them, but no, he's picking the ones that are controversial or fake. I bet you, sweet fucking ass, it's the same for Australopithecus afarensis. It's gonna be the same for this one too. I just know it. Yes, okay, here is Britannica.com saying that the best known member of Australopithecus is AU. He isn't gonna fucking mention AU or AU afarensis. a species represented by more than 400 fossils or specimens from virtually every region of the hominin skeleton, dated from between 3.8 to 2.9. So, he's bringing up Lucy probably, if I'm not mistaken, because there is some controversy about there being like an orangutan bone or like a monkey bone where she was found. Even though like there are like 400 other specimens, like fucking hundreds of other bones that have been found of the same fucking species that you're mentioning, and you are not fucking saying that they are wrong somehow, are you? You're not bringing them up, are you? Why are you bringing up this one specific one? I wonder why, bro. I wonder why. Like, you fucking dumbass. Oh my god. You are specifically picking the fraudulent ones, or the ones behind that were covered in some kind of controversy, so that you can push your own goddamn narrative. That's it. That's it. What do I even say to them?
Francis, which displayed a combination of ape-like and human-like characteristics and was claimed to walk upright. There have been numerous controversies and debates surrounding Lucy's classification and significance.
Yes, if you hate this one fucking specimen so much, if you hate Lucy so much, why don't you look at like fucking 15 other specimens, or fucking owl, the one that was mentioned by Britannica, or like some other fucking specimen that was found of the same fucking species? Why are there not controversies on every single one of them? Why are you only bringing this one up? Like, you have such an issue with this one, then why aren't you bringing up all the other ones? Lol, don't worry, I feel you. It's like, the fuck do you want me to do about it? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's such a dumb argument. You are cherry picking. You are literally cherry picking. You are picking and choosing which ones you want to mention and which ones you do not want to mention. And that's it. That's fucking it. Like, Lucy wasn't even a fake specimen, as far as I know. It's just like there were other fucking bones found where she was found. That's it, as far as I remember. Oh yeah, I kind of gave up on making sense out of it because there's no goodwill there. And the other dude was getting upset at me because I was being mean to the guy. I was saying mean things. Like, bro, he's being mean and cherry picking the entire body of science itself. He's being fucking rude, and literally being a fucking goddamn ignorant piece of shit to the entire fucking. He's literally showing the fucking middle finger to the entire body of science, and you're upset at me because I said something mean to him. These controversies, these are not the controversies that your normal dude, your normal guy is gonna have with this fucking specimen. This seems like the kind of controversies that two scientists would have. This seems like the kind of arguments that two fucking scientists would have between one another, not the kind of argument that a fucking evolution debunker would try to propose for the fucking uh for the fucking uh species or the fucking specimen. Oh, for the fucking bullshit, bro. Okay. Okay, continue on.
For example,
Spew
there
your
were
bullshit.
claims that Johansen did not allow other scientists to examine Lucy's bones until 1982, 8
And
years
then they
after the discovery.
examined at
Some
1982.
argue that as more Australopithecus skeletons have been found and examined, many leading evolutionists now consider Lucy to be simply an extinct type of ape, similar to modern pygmy chimpanzees, rather than a direct human ancestor. In May 1999, the Science AV magazine ran a cover story titled "Goodbye, Lucy."
Hey yo, it's your country. Your country is being represented quite a bit today. Look at that.
The article discussed how Lucy, once considered the most famous fossil of Australopithecus, was no longer seen as the root of the human race, and, quote, needs to be removed from the supposed human family tree.
Okay. Can you link me to that or something, or do I have to find it myself? Okay. I'll just ask ChatGPT about it. Honestly, fucking link me to that shit. ChatGPT find the link. Article titled Goodbye Lucy, which was published in 1977. What happened with the Goodbye Lucy article? In also, I just want to say, okay, baby girls, I just want to say uh my beautiful viewers, he is again referring to a article published in 1977 when we live in the age of 2025, over fucking half a decade ago. If I'm not mistaken, nearly half a fucking decade ago. Does he think fucking science didn't evolve and fucking we didn't have phones back then, bro? What am I saying? What am I saying? What do I know? What did later research reveal? Since the 1977 Science Advice article, subsequent discoveries and advances in paleoanthropology have strengthened Lucy's significance in human evolution. So you say that the more we discover as years passed and the more we discovered about this topic, uh, the more important Lucy became. That almost says that maybe they were not exactly accurate there. Also, this article came out like the discovery was in 1974, and this article came out in 1977. If anything, this makes me prove science even more again because that's like, they are always questioning themselves, they are doubting themselves, and then they are learning more as years pass. Mm. He's cherry picking. I don't know how else I could say it. He's cherry picking the evidence. He's picking the fucking articles and evidences from, like half a century or fucking centuries ago and using them as something that still stands true till today for some reason. As usual. Yeah, as usual, to be fair. He's done that once before, so it shouldn't be a surprise, but still. It sucks to see this again.
In 1982, a fragment of a skull known as Orse Man was discovered in the Spanish town of Orse. Initially believed to be from a human ancestor dating back approximately 1.8 million years, the skull fragment later failed to substantiate its highly speculative claims of such antiquity. Subsequent studies and re-evaluation of the fossil indicated that it is more likely to have belonged to an ancient donkey rather than a human ancestor. The precise identification of the fragment remains a subject of ongoing scientific debate and investigation. The Orse skull discovery, once thought to be a significant finding related to early humans, is now considered more likely to be associated with other extinct animals, or potentially an artifact of geological processes.
So again, science discovered that they were wrong about something. They thought this was the case, and turns out that was not the case. So they later abandoned that thing, or fucking put some controversy around it, so that it will not be taken as a direct evidence. Yes, you're saying that right now. You're bringing up Lucy since it seems like you hate Lucy for whatever fucking reason. They all seem to hate Lucy, and they always seem to just bring up one fucking a fraudulent or controversial specimen, as if there aren't like fucking dozens of others just like that. There aren't like dozens of other specimens as well. Like, bro, what the fuck? Why are you bringing up only Lucy? Huh? Why didn't you mention that out of 400, Lucy was the one that you found was the most controversial that could make it into the video? Huh? Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you say that out of what, like 40 Homo erectus or something like that? I forgot, but like out of 40 his specimens, there was one that had a lot of controversy behind it, and that's the one you were talking about. Why didn't you say that? Why are you only mentioning them as if like they are the most important ones out there, as if there is no other fucking proof at all? Like they are the only fucking specimens that are discovered. Like, come on. Because nuh-uh. It literally is. It literally is. That is the whole reason. Nuh-uh. He's cherry picking evidence.
The theory of
Like,
evolution
yes,
as an
he's
explanation for
yes, he's right in a lot of these cases. But again, he's fucking cherry picking the evidence.
macroevolution
Also,
processes.
I didn't research about the donkey thing, and yeah, he could be right. He probably is, I suppose. I'll take it that he is right. Again, one, it was a mistake. Fucking every field of study does that. You dumb idiot. You think people can't make mistakes? Two, even if it was deliberate, fraudulent claims. Fuck, as I've already said before, everyone has fucking lied in literally every single fucking field. People lie in business. People lie doing fucking business. People lie in politics. Human beings lie by nature quite often. You've probably lied at least once or twice in your whole fucking life as well. Some people lie for fame and money. Some people just lie for fun. And that's the most difference you'll get out of it. Some people are bad, some people are good. That doesn't disprove an entire fucking branch that's been studied, an entire fucking branch of science that's been studied for centuries upon centuries. Okay? Uh, and what was the third thing I was going to point out? Yes, I forgot. I don't even think you fucking mentioned which
and is
species
to
this
have quit
belonged
study
to. Which
town of
ancestor
Ors,
was it?
fragment of a skull known human family tree. In 1982, a fragment of a skull known as Ors Man was discovered in the Spanish town.
Oh God, you know what? I'll just fucking search it up. Fuck, I can't find it immediately. Again, like this is how much he's fucking cherry picking. I can't find it immediately with my search.
To be
I have to
removed from the
legitimately
supposed human
fucking
family tree.
look at it like
In
multiple times.
1982, a fragment of a skull known as
Which I suppose, like, yes, that is research, but also this is also the kind of research that could be proven by 2 Google searches, because that is just how much he's fucking cherry picking for this video.
Ors Man was discovered in the Spanish
His research is cherry picking. Okay, let's see. Which species did they say it was? It's not mentioned, it seems like. Earthman, Earth donkey, or Venta messina, whatever the fuck, is a fossil. Was historically considered an infantile early European member of Homo. However, later it suggested that it was of the other species. Okay, so it was they made a mistake. They thought it belonged to our species when it actually did not. How about like hundreds, tens of hundreds of other specimens that have been found throughout years? How about them?
town of Ors,
Mhm.
initially believed to be from a human ancestor dating back approximately 1.8 million years. The skull fragment later failed to substantiate its highly speculative claims of such antiquity. Subsequent studies and re-evaluation of the fossil indicated that it is more likely to have belonged to an ancient donkey rather than a human ancestor.
Yeah, I get
The
you.
precise
Fine.
identification of the fragment remains a subject of ongoing scientific debate and investigation. The Orse skull discovery, once thought to be a significant finding related to early humans, is now considered more likely to be associated with other extinct animals or potentially an artifact of geological processes. The
Interesting.
theory of evolution as an explanation for macroevolution, wherein one species can transition into a distinctly new species, has never been directly observed. Instead, the observable evidence supports microevolution, which refers to small
Obviously, it has not been fucking observed. It happens over the span of fucking millions of years. Millions, if not billions of years, it seems like. Fucking hundreds of thousands of years, bro. We are not living that long.
changes within a species based on subtle variations, such as gradual adaptations in beak sizes among birds. It is important to recognize that microevolution operates within a very limited framework and remains the extent of what has been scientifically confirmed to date.
Still pretty iffy arguments at best. Oh my god, I don't even want to call them fucking iffy. That's giving too much credit. Two of the things you can actually. I don't. Okay, I don't even. I will ignore the name part. One of the things he even brought up was straight up fucking lie. It was just a straight up lie. Then the thing about Australopithecus afarensis, he literally cherry picked a fucking article from a magazine in 1977, as if there has not been any advances or any other fucking discoveries since then. Uh, in our like fucking nearly half a century of existence, uh, like that is beyond iffy, bro. That just that just seems fake. I don't know. Also, this micro macro evolution bullshit is the most annoying thing ever. But we are not in 1927. I said 1977 actually. You are a little mistaken there, baby. Oh my god, how could you? But as I was saying earlier, this micro and macro evolution bullshit is the most like weird, annoying thing in my opinion. Because the fuck do you mean by that? Can you explain to me why you think evolution can happen within the span of like you know, uh, 10 years? Why birds can evolve different beaks or animals can breed into different fucking breeds? Why that can happen in a micro scale, but that cannot happen in a macro scale? Like somehow this happening because we speak. That is the thing, though. We speedrun it, but like nature itself, like fucking Mother Nature, evolution, Earth itself, it didn't speedrun. That's why instead of how we speedrun fucking evolution to cause it like in a micro level, the Earth does it at does like the full gameplay basically. It takes billions of years to evolve. If you if you take it takes billions of years to evolve. If you take the whole Earth as your scale, we speedrun, but the Earth didn't speedrun. It actually took millions of years to evolve, millions, if not billions of years to evolve. So, yeah, if anything, that should prove the That's so dumb. That's so dumb. But yes, I don't get why you are onto this micro macro bullshit. Like, why do you think it cannot happen in the macro scale, huh? Just why? Give me reasons. Oh,
Throughout history, evolutionists have made persistent efforts, many times fraudulent as we have seen, to attempt to bridge highly implausible gaps with
yes, there have been fraudulent people. Yes. How about instead of talking about the uh, one Australopithecus afarensis specimen that has controversy surrounding it, which is not even considered fake, by the way. How about instead of just talking about that, we talk about, maybe the 400 other specimens that have been found that does not have controversy surrounding it? Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you say that only one out of 400 has enough controversy that you want to put it in the video? Huh? Because it's lame if we can't see it. True. Stop saying that shit. I swear to God. It literally his whole argument is like, you know, people have lied before, so that definitely must still be the case.
within the theory of evolution. These attempts
Like,
aim
yes, people have lied before, but that doesn't mean like fucking every human being is a liar.
to establish it as a valid and scientifically supported explanation for the gradual evolution of simple single-celled organisms into the diverse and complex array of life
Okay, what did you just say? I want to listen
of
to it
simple
again.
single and scientific theory of evolution. These attempts aim to establish it as a valid and scientifically supported explanation for the gradual evolution of simple single-celled organisms into the diverse and complex array of life forms we observe all around us today.
Your main fucking argument in this whole video so far has been the fucking fact that people have lied in the past. People studying this field have lied in the past. And even then, like it wasn't even like you bought out like the majority of the fucking specimens found were discovered through some kind of deception or has some controversy behind it. You specifically picked the ones that has controversy behind it. You didn't fucking talk about all 400 of Australopithecus afarensis fucking skeletons and go one by one how they could be fake or how they have controversy behind it. No, you picked one out of all of them, the one that already seems to have the most controversy surrounding it, and you just said like, yeah, that one's fake, probably. I don't know, type shit. When there's like 400 other as well. Like you are literally cherry picking evidence. You are picking evidence that you like and ignoring all the rest, even if that fucking evidence is like fucking over a century old. This video is dangerous for my health on multiple levels.
Perhaps there is no greater illustration of the profound complexities involved than the process of a single sperm cell merging with an egg, setting in motion the remarkable journey that leads to the creation of an entire human being. Attempting to reverse engineer such complex mechanisms highlights the vast chasms of understanding that must still be traversed to scientifically support evolutionary concepts. Consider the multitude of wonders that ensue. The intricate complexities of eyes that perceive the world, ears that capture the symphony of sound, an olfactory system that distinguishes the subtlest of scents, a robust skeletal framework that provides structure, a circulatory system that coordinates the flow of vital substances, along with a meticulously interconnected nervous system culminating in a fully conscious brain at the center. The complexity of it all seems boundless, leaving us in awe of the wondrous enigma that life presents and how it could possibly come into being, especially
Oh, and I agree with you, it's wonderful and all, but also like we are studying it. It is still science. We are still studying it. Now, the fact that you refuse to accept that study sounds more like a you issue than anything, honestly.
Especially if attempting to explain this through evolutionary processes rather than a creative author at work.
Rather than a creative author at work. So you are saying it was God. It was a magical man upstairs who did. Okay, then what created God, huh? What created God? Who created God? Why don't you fucking answer that? Why is he the one that has been eternally existing forever? What created him, huh? If he created the universe, then what created him? Why can't he be created then? Huh? Blah 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 blah.
I sincerely hope you will consider embracing the perspective of
This
intelligent and
this whole fucking video has been about how people have lied in the past. That's been your fucking biggest argument.
purposeful design, rather than
Intelligent and purposeful design by who? God?
solely
Yes.
relying on speculative science or placing unwavering trust in processes driven purely by chance and coincidence.
And I swear to God, if some dumbass says like, "Oh no, they probably don't actually mean God, God," they probably mean like, it could be anyone. It doesn't have to be God. No, it probably is fucking God because it's a white guy making this video, and he's most likely fucking Christian. He most likely believes in the Christian God.
Even across vast expanses of time.
Because I know most people in these comments believe in the fucking Christian God and all the creationists that he seems to that seems to be a lot of into this conspiracy stuff as well are also um, Christians. So yes, you want me to say that? Oh yeah, it was probably done by um fucking god damn it. Mm, my brain is fried after watching that whole video. You want me to say that it was the fucking Christian God who made life? You want to say that? Even if not that, then it's some creator or some writer or some bullshit like that. Which I like really just have to ask: who created the writer then? Huh? If you understand that it is the writer, if you understand that it is the God, then why aren't you doing your research? Why aren't you trying to figure out who created that then? Because we think life began through evolution, and most of the science has been doing research to find out why that is the case. Then why don't you try to figure out what created God? Yeah. This video would be a snooze fest if it wasn't so irritating. You're right. You're right. And now, time for the best moment ever. You know what's the funniest part? I do like one video like this, and this is like 20-minute video, and I end up spending like 4-5 hours on just one video. Like, I swear to God, if they somehow try to copyright claim me for this, it'll be insane because this video's original length is 22 minutes. I've literally been talking about this for over an hour. Like, I've not even doubled. I've like gone past triple. I've more than tripled the length of this video, man. I don't know. Maybe when I'll edit it, I'll cut out a lot, but still, it'll still be quite a bit longer than the original. Yeah, it was long as hell. Yeah, nah, it's into fair use. It should be. It really should. That's one of the reasons why I even pause so often during watching these videos. Like, I need to make sure it's in the fair use. And best way to do that is just to keep yapping and give my opinion. And also, a lot of the times, I am just curious about researching as well. Anyways, before we leave, before we end everything, let's check out some of the comments, baby. Some of the juicy comments of the people who saw this. It has 3K likes. Let's go. Let's go. Actually, let's try and see how many dislikes it has. I would wager a bet that it's probably not many. Only people who probably believe in this watched this video. Dislike viewer. Okay, yeah. I love you, but it's torturing me. Oh, but you get to spend time with me, baby girl. Come on. It only has 264 dislikes, only 8%. See, I knew it. I knew it. Only people who believe in this watched it for the most part. Even then, some might have just accidentally disliked the video instead. I love time with you, but damn. I know, but like it's fun to do. Come on, you gotta admit it. Like it's so dumb. There's somewhat of a fun to it. At least if you watch someone do it, then it's fun. Maybe not. Maybe doing it yourself isn't that fun. Okay. Time for these comments. Okay, baby girl, let's go. Let's go. Ooh, let's get ready. I've been making so many weird noises throughout this whole video. Going like, I sound so stupid. Oh my god. Oh fuck. It's been 10 years since my eyes, since you opened my eyes. Yeah, you started losing. Can you blame me though? Can you blame me? It was just infuriating. It was so annoying. Oh my god. Oh my, it was wow. That video was so bad. I didn't have the energy to say anything. So literally, look at that. And it's also Valentine's Day, so it's even more surprising. You didn't say anything sad. This video turned me straight. It did, baby. It did. Lol, don't worry. I got some time for Valentine's Day, baby. I got some time for. That's cute. That's cute. That's adorable. Who knows? Maybe I'll start my next stream tomorrow early. I don't know how early though. We'll see. Maybe it'll be still the same time. We'll see. We'll see all that. Let's get into the comments, baby girl. Let's get into the comments first. It's been nearly 10 years since you opened my eyes to flat Earth, evolution, and dinosaurs. The first comment. What an amazing start! Oh my god. Nonsense. Anyone can see the missing links for themselves as they shuffle around in the nearest Walmart. True, true. I completely agree. Biological life is incredibly complex, a living mechanics that they claim such things could come about by accident is incalculable. Oh, it's okay. That's probably better argument than this whole fucking video. To be very fair with you, that's a better argument than this whole fucking video. To be very honest with you. Also, it's still a shit argument. It's still a shit argument. Like, what do you think is more incalculable? Evolution and abiogenesis, which could literally be studied and uh, possibly uh, fucking be able to figure out the uh, answers behind how life came into being. Is that more incalculable than, a fucking magical god existing or a magical writer existing who just did poof, oopsies, and boom, you are born? What is more incalculable? I wonder. Yeah, but the video isn't that good to begin. That's true. I feel like I'm not even making good arguments against it, yet it's just still dumb. It's just that dumb. Hey Luke, have you ever considered that the heliocentric globe model might actually be wrong? Shut up. Shut up. Heliocentric. I mean heliocentric. My bad. Can't argue with that logic, haha. The cosmologist Fred Hoyle compares random haphazard evolution to the tornado constructing a 747. A junkyard contains all bits and pieces of Boeing 747 dismembered in a disarray. A whirlwind happens to blow through the yard. What is the chance that after it evolution doesn't even happen through fucking accident, to be fair with you. It's random mutations, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But again, it only happens in like species that are able to fucking live, you know. So like if you just die before you're able to evolve, then yeah, evolution won't happen. What is this? Another one of his books, it seems like. The Pickards went looking for God in all the right places, then NASA took over. What is that? What is this? The theory of evolution turned mankind into ape kind. Mm-hmm. Hey, Eric and friends. In irreduce, uh, irreducible complexity, a single cell organism has about 40 parts to it. If one part was not there or had to evolve, it won't or can't work. So it's impossible that the cell had to evolve. It was complete at the big. Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. The fact is that genetics get weaker over time, not stronger. We've been devolving, not evolving. Reading these comments, I think I agree with you. She's almost 200 view on the video from yesterday. Oh yeah, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm pulling crazy numbers, baby. Also, you know what? I low-key agree with you there. For once, I've agreed with one of these comments. Also, this whole part, uh, it's just true. What can I say? What can I say? I'm tired of saying bullshit against it. It's just true. Whatever. Whatever. I'm tired. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Believe what you want, bro. You want to believe fucking aliens are fucking Donald Trump behind your back and controlling the world secretly? Go ahead, believe that. I don't care. No. I mean, I do care, but again, like, fuck you, fuck you. I'm tired of this right now. Though, he might be right. I agree with it. The fact that genetics get weaker over time, not, no, I don't agree with this. And don't get me wrong. I don't agree with this statement. No. I don't know about this statement. Is it true? Is it not? I don't think so. But, whatever. This one, we have been devolving, not evolving. I agree with that. Just this whole video, I feel like has devolved me. Is it true? I'll just ask that repeating. The idea of genetics get weaker over time isn't quite accurate, but there is important nuance to consider. Okay, so it isn't quite accurate. I'm not gonna give them any benefit of the doubt. Fuck them. I'm tired of it right now. No, I'm not doing that. I've spent fucking hours just doing one video. No, no, I'm not reading all that. Anyways, that was all completely accurate. As you could see, very accurate video. What can you even argue against? And thanks a lot for watching the video. I appreciate it.